That was for Ricky, who wanted an example of bopping, so you got it. Alright, but the purpose of this video is to get on to our second chapter, our second dramatic reading of real Twilight fan fiction. So this is chapter 2, and yes, this is written by a real person. Okay, chapter 2. The boy with the dark black hair, ocean blue eyes, and I sit at a table all alone, away from the other students. They all stare at us because they can't believe someone like him is talking to me, the new person. My name is Edward, he says, almost singing. His voice sounds so perfect. I tell him my name. He says that's a great name. I blush. He smiles. You shouldn't let those jerks make fun of you, he sings. I know, I said. It's hard being the new person at school. I know, he said. I was once the new person at school as well. It was hard for me as well. Really? I shout, then blush. Yes, he says. My parents moved here from Forks a year ago, so I was new at the school. The jerks at that table over there tried to make fun of me, but I fought them all. Now they leave me alone. Wow! He offered me a drink of his iced tea, but I said no thank you. He laughed and drank it. We spent the next half hour just sitting at the table and talking, when all of a sudden, the mean girl from earlier comes up to our table. Hey, new girl, she says to me condescendingly. Why don't you go eat outside, where you belong? The other people at her table across the room start to laugh at me. I look down at my feet. Her shoes are nicer than mine. Why don't you get lost? Edward shouts at the mean girl. I look up in bliss. The mean girl shrugs and walks away. Fine, I'll get lost, but not before you get lost, she shouts at us both. Then we went back to eating our food and talking. I decide to have a sip of his iced tea. It was delicious. Then we went back to sitting... No, just kidding. Don't listen to that person, he told me. She's just jealous because of how pretty you are. I blush scarlet. My face feels like it's on fire, I think. Thank you, I stutter. No problem. Then he puts his hard, pale hand on my arm and comes closer to my face. I'm a bit scared now, I think. He opens his lips and says, there's something I need to tell you about myself. What is it? I whispered. He looks around to make sure no one is watching. He whispers, I'm a vampire! I almost fall out of my chair in fright. So concludes chapter 2.